Good morning. Good morning. Un momento. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmie from Emmie Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. Okay, here's the thing. There's gonna be I'm gonna do a reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, also for your cross watchers. Also for empaths who are here kind of not really knowing why. Um, just something led you to this video and now you're here. Good. Stay with me. You're going to be hearing messages that maybe you need, maybe you don't. So I'm going to be pulling from 3 brand new decks. I literally just opened it a few hours ago. The truthfulness of these decks were so intense that I actually had to go shower. Had to go shower, wash off some of the energy. This energy is super intense. Something is being drawn to you right now. Things that maybe you thought had really just, whatever it is that it was done, it's finished. If it's a cycle, if it's a connection, whatever it um, is not done. Is not done. It's not finished. Something is circling back around. Okay. It's circling back around. I'm hoping this is a good circling back around. I'm kind of tired of fighting. I'm tired of like conflict. I would love for whatever circles back around to be something that can be so beautifully healing. Just a total pleasure to be a part of, and something that's just so profound and remains within our lives forever. How about that? How about we set that kind of intention? Yeah, let's do that. I don't know. I feel a shift. I feel a shift. It almost feels like acceptance. Almost. Almost. It almost feels like acceptance. It kind of feels like whatever you were fighting or fighting against, fighting with, whatever it is, um, it's being shifted to something new, like a new way, a new thing. Let me just. So this is a brand new deck. I need to make sure I shuffle it really well. I haven't even seen all the cards yet. I just know it's super cute. Has to do with Lemuria. Okay, this is probably the only time I'm going to be able to do this. These are the decks that I'm going to be pulling from, simply because I still have the boxes. Oh, no. Okay, if you are wanting to know what deck I'm pulling from, this is going to be your only time. This is going to be your only time. Don't be getting mad that I'm not answering what deck it's from, because shit, your guess is as good as mine. I don't keep the boxes. All right, here goes. I don't want to see the cards because now I'm getting nervous. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we are. Da, da, da. Da, 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 da. Here we go. Let me just pull from this final deck. So something's coming back around. We're at a point where we need to begin welcoming. Welcoming. Not welcoming the bullshit drama. I'm talking about welcoming whatever growth is headed your way. This growth is going to be a very, very intense type of growth, okay? Ah! I'm sorry. Oh my God. Can I retract everything I said? Can I just retract everything I said? Once you speak it into being, it is what will be. Fuck you, Mikey. Fuck you. Okay. I'm gonna vomit. I'm not like, no. No. Um, let's do this, okay? Let's do this. Let's just do this. All right. Luck is on your side. So I'm wondering if either you've been hiding something away or someone else has been hiding something away, and it's something that you uh, I don't know, something is aimed at you. You're hiding, 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 hiding. A lot of hiding. Um It's true. It's true. Um What? No, 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 not this card. This card says believe in the impossible. Believe in the impossible. Whatever it is you're hiding away from yourself or maybe from other people, um, it's about to be revealed. It's about to be revealed. And I think that whatever this is, it's something that has to do with some sort of impossibility. Okay, let's shift this real quick, okay? Let's shift this really, really quick. How about we take this to a place where it's like maybe what I believe to be impossible is like a sense of healing, some sort of like I was saying earlier, like whatever is being brought forward, how about we shift the way we see this and allow ourselves to see it as like the opportunity, this impossible, probably like not seemingly probable opportunity to heal, grow beyond whatever the scar tissue that developed is. Does that make sense? Like the connections that we have with other people, if it hurts us to enough of a degree, we develop scar tissue. It hardens us and causes us to not be able to connect with future people in the same way. It becomes very, very difficult, especially, empaths and Pisceans. We really have a tendency to have a hard time connecting with people to begin with. So if you don't know about Pisceans, we let you think that there's a deep connection. It's not to manipulate you. If you are feeling a very, very deep connection, we're not going to tell you no, you didn't I'm feeling this. We're just like, oh, okay, okay. And I find myself doing that. Like again, it's not I feel like I'm having to yell. Okay. It's not that I'm trying to make you feel something that you don't. It's that I feel personally, it's not my place to tell you, no, don't feel that way. Huge difference. It's a huge difference. So now it's this sense of like, whatever's happened in the past has really created so much scar tissue. Ooh, maybe this energy coming in is like one of those frequency machines that they use for like sport recovery, health and beauty, where it like pulverizes that scar tissue. It breaks it up and allows it to be reabsorbed by the body. So that area can begin an actual healing process. Okay. So I'm wondering if that's kind of what's going on. Emotions are running high. Yes. Yes, they are. There are lots of emotions going on right now. And to be honest, I don't even feel like whatever emotions are like kind of going on, I don't even feel like they really have anything that's causing them. I feel like this is just energy rising. Energy that's been buried very, very deep. Maybe it's a reestablishment of previous connectivity. Um, it could be something like that. It could be, can you just stop talking to me? Because I'm like, Michael keeps talking to me, and it's very, very hard for me to talk and listen at the same time. My brain doesn't function that way. Stop talking to me, dude. Okay. It doesn't have to do with you guys. He's talking to me personally. Mhm. Mhm. I'm not ready to read from that deck. I'm just I'm not I'm not ready to read from that deck because it's too much. It's too much. Okay, this is a really cute deck. Okay, card number 24, evolution. It's time for you to begin allowing yourself to evolve beyond what you thought you were supposed to evolve to. Because really, what ends up happening is what you perceive for yourself as your truth right now. Given enough time, whether it's a few weeks, a few years, you will recognize what you believed is actually just a small, very, very distorted portion of a much larger, complete totality of a whole. So, you know, let yourself be present, let yourself experience, let yourself come to whatever conclusions you will be coming to. um, oh my God. Okay. You're about to change my whole fucking mood. Hmm. Allow yourself to be present, and you can go ahead and feel whatever assumptions or feelings that you feel, but you have to also allow yourself to remain open for shifts in your perception. Okay. It is the Lemuria deck. This is doing too much to me. Too much. Too much fucking sauce. 24 is 6. 33 is 6, journey to wholeness. In that ability to allow for evolution, evolutionary shifts within yourself and your perception, it definitely leads to journey to wholeness. Your nipples are very perky. That's pretty high up there. That's pretty high up. Um, I'm sorry for that observation. Card number 38, blueprints. These are pathways to be used to they're what? Okay. Blueprints, high heart chakra. These are pathways to be used to regain access to your heart space. Whatever this is a very old connection. Very, 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 very old connection. And um, power of attraction, card number 13. You are bringing to you the very experiences that you need to experience in order to get to the next layer, level, whatever of growth. Okay. So let's not program this to be something ugly. It's already an ugly bitch on its own. I'm joking. I'm joking. I mean, some bitches are ugly. That's okay. We don't need to judge them for that. I'm talking about bitches as in situations, not people. Anyways, card number 43, come to life. It's time for you to really stop listening to that monkey mind that creates far, 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 far more issues because of its desire to distort whatever it is that you're perceiving for yourself. The human mind is all about fear, unbalanced ego, and survival. That's what it's for. Okay. It helps you to survive this physical world. Now, you're so much more than just a human being. Most of us, that is. Most of us. Pretty sure all of you who join me are more than just that. And it's not that just being a human being is somehow less than or bad. It's that it creates so much unnecessary struggle for the individual, so much unnecessary struggle. So, I mean, you can attract to you the struggle that will help you to realize things, or you can attract to you opportunities for peaceful, gentle growth. Peaceful, gentle growth. I say it's time. I'm just saying it's time. It's time. If this is going to be like a twin flame reading type thing, I would say go ahead. Go ahead. Bring one forward. A new one. Bring a new one forward. We have so many different twin flames, You know how many I've come across? You know how many I've come across. So, yeah, pretty much all of them are very peaceful. They're very peaceful people. And it's not that they really want anything from me, just the whole concept of the distorted beliefs regarding twin flamedom, that's what's uncomfortable. That's really, really uncomfortable for me. Like, to think that it's being taught to others that you belong to them because what? I'm sorry. Who taught you that? So let's do this. Let's really assess. Is this a new thing coming forward first? Bish? Oh, Bish? Where did you hide to? Hold on. Bish? Is this a new one coming forward? Girl, stop saying yes, no. She- She's saying yes, no. Okay, Bish, is this a new twin connection coming forward? That's crazy. She says yes, no, yes, no. Okay, Bish, is this a new twin connection coming forward for everyone else? Yes. Go back to sleep. Card number 17, what's already with you? What is it that's already with you? Everything that you're going to need to learn in order to reach a higher level of growth. Okay. Higher level of growth. That means whatever connections that are needed in order to reach higher levels of growth, that's what's going to be allowed. Okay. This could be very, very old connections, ones that you haven't even, like, you haven't even met them in this life yet. You haven't connected with them in that way in this life yet. It might be something like that. Uh, um, okay, okay, okay. I'm done playing with you, Michael. I'm done playing with you. I'm actually, let me rephrase that. I'm done with you playing with me. Stop it. Okay, here is the card. Card number 17. What is already with you? It's already with you. Whatever it is you need in order to reach higher levels of consciousness, it's already with you. And people will simply be brought to you. People in circumstance will simply be brought to you in order to help trigger the retrieval of what's already with you. All right. Next new deck. This is fairly like thick. He's trying to make me laugh. It's not funny though. It's definitely not funny. We all know my thighs aren't thick. We all know this. He goes, thick like your thighs? No. We all know I don't have thick thighs. Let me just shuffle. Okay. Other half. Let's see. Let's see where this deck takes us. Here we go. Here we go. I keep shuffling it. So long as you tell me to stop shuffling, I'm going to shuffle one more time just to spite you. Okay, let's move these cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Okay. This is intense. This imagery is intense. It's like, okay, so it's the magician card, which is major arcana. But the thing is this, it's almost like this sense of all your different fractals of self are returning back to your consciousness. You're pulling in tremendous amounts of galactic coding to help usher this in order for you to anchor in whatever excessive codes are. Okay. Well, the other thing is that it's almost like the duality is becoming a totality. You know, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of it's like attacking the self, the shadow aspect, attacking the self, a disconnected Ouroboros where you were once in a cycle of like chasing after yourself. Oh, oh, oh. Let's pull the book out. So it's cycles of chasing are done. Is that what you're saying? Okay. Okay. So the magician represents inspiration, communication, will, and focus to direct creative energy into manifestation. Okay, okay, fine, fine. So the chasing of different aspects is done, and now the bringing into fruition whatever it was or is that needs to be made into manifest form. It's being called forward. It's really, truly, truly, truly being called forward, whatever that is. Okay. What if you manifested the wrong person? I don't believe in anything wrong. I believe that, and this is my personal belief, I believe that every person that comes across your path is brought to you for a very specific reason. And you can either take this connection or ending of a connection at face value, or you can dig deeper, very, very, very deep into what exactly this was or is. Um, for example, you can find someone or someone can find you, your paths can cross, and you or both of you can have this perception of like the twin connection, and then things kind of fall apart. Maybe they never even got romantic. Maybe this was something like as soon as the realization occurred, there were maybe a series of events that led to the ending of communication and connectivity. Now, you could either take it as face value, and the typical empath Piscean response to that type of situation is like, "Oh my god, I wasn't enough. Oh my god, they think I'm a bad person," and all of these negative things triggering all of your insecurities. Triggering childhood traumas, traumas involving like abandonment, rejection, things like that. So it could definitely trigger things like that where it hurts you so badly because now you can't hide from what's been dug up from within you. And it's at that point you need to make a decision and recognize, okay, maybe the importance of what this is was not the identity of the individual, but rather the type of deep, deep, deep growth that this person initiated. And maybe they were never supposed to stay in your life. Maybe that was the gift. The pain that was left behind as you kind of sift through the wreckage of yourself, you begin to recognize they freed the missing components that were buried very, very deep within you. It was freed through that upheaval of their leaving or upheaval of your leaving. I mean, really, it's easy for us to just really, really think of like how people always leave us. In reality, are they leaving you or did you leave them first? Did you already disconnect emotionally and then allow it to play out so that they could do the dirty deeds and disconnect in real life? Because I'm seeing that um, a good portion of my connections with individuals, well, maybe I'm not a good I'm probably not a good example. Um, you would tell me to continue. That's fine, I'm not embarrassed. I assume Michael wants me to feel embarrassed in some way. I always walk away from people. It's never really people walking away from me. I'm usually the one that walks away. The moment I detect some sort of shift that could potentially lead to me being hurt or harmed, I just walk away. I just stop calling, I stop answering messages, I stop responding, and that's just how I function. That's how I function. It's probably not the best, most mature option, but there's definitely no shame in me knowing, acknowledging my history, my triggers. So what is the message here? Like um okay. Mm, okay. So let's move forward. We have the Nine of Wands. This is Mars in Sagittarius. It's about exploration, about the wounded warrior. This means your journey has taken you through some difficult and traumatic times, leaving you weary and battered. You haven't come out of your experience smoothly, but you've survived holding your ground. There is difficulty trusting yourself in the world around you, leaving you anxious, on edge, and a bit defensive. Okay. A bit defensive. You have traveled through the rough path of the hero's journey. The key to the Nine Wands is to recognize and accept the experiences that brought you to your present state, which is basically what we've been talking about. It's basically what this recognition of what you've been through, regardless if you're able to share this publicly or not, you've been through something, it's affected you. It's affected you in ways that continue to affect your ability to connect with others. Is this a healthy thing? Or is it just like you're continuing to allow yourself to bleed out? Have you addressed the wound? Because let's face it, as empaths, as Pisceans, the moment a connection ends, regardless of whether you're the one that walked away or not, that hurts. It leaves very stinging scars, stinging wounds that end up becoming scars for the lucky ones. For the not so lucky ones, it never actually heals. So at this point, this kind of reminds me that native lore about the white wolf and the black wolf. Within you resides two wolves, a white one and a black one. I assume the black representing your shadow aspects, the white representing your purity and sense of self. Um, and then the war kind of ensues between the two wolves because they're both hungry. And the bastardized version, the one that spread on the internet, because yeah, it's fucking bastardized. Um, they talk about how feed the white wolf, be careful of which wolf you feed because, the black wolf is blah, 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 blah. And it's like, how about this? How about you stop instigating fucking unnecessary wars within yourself by feeding both wolves? When you feed both, when you nurture both aspects of yourself, because you have both, when you nurture both, neither becomes competitive with the other. They both know that they will be taken care of. They are both loved. And then they begin to love back and in such a way where they will give themselves for the whole. A lot of the things that we're taught right now has a lot to do with like, very distorted teachings. Um, the distortions tie into that whole like Mm. Love and lie. And then we have, high vibes only, positive vibes only. Mm, It's just crazy to me. So you have to feed, you have to nurture all aspects of yourself. Okay. Um, let's see. I am having the biggest amount of like anxiety. This is about mastership, finding and following your dharma. When this card or this energy enters, a goal has been reached, a job completed, or a journey made. Your hard work has paid off and your harvest bountiful. This card brings completion and time to pause and reflect on the process it took to achieve your goal. So, you've gone through whatever process you've needed to go through. You're almost done with it. The last part is not really something you live through. It's remembering. Looking back and remembering, and I'm wondering if whoever's supposed to be coming back to you, emphasis on you, whoever is coming back to you, um, because you really don't realize how far you've grown until you've gotten a chance to really talk to the individual. Yeah? And so I'm wondering if that's what the conversation is. This conversation of like how you've how your absence has helped them to grow and how their absence has helped you to grow. Um, Maybe it's just like a finishing off of whatever this was. Um, okay. Um, Hold on. There's some lyrics that Michael is having me think of. 1 second while excuse me. Hold on. Let me see what the lyrics are. Oh, no, I don't want to play it. Hold on. I just want the lyrics. Stop making it hard. Um, oh. Oh my God. This is not even the song. I fucking love how he tricks me so consistently. Okay, so okay. I've never heard this song, but apparently these are the lyrics that comes up. Graceless lady, you know who I am. You know I can't let you slide through my hands. Yo, this is some crazy ass shit. Wild horses couldn't drag me away. Wild horses couldn't drag me away. I watched you suffer a dull aching pain. Now you've decided to show me the same. No sweeping exit or offstage lines can make me feel better or treat you unkind. Whatever that is. Okay. Because he had to fucking point out all the horses. All the horses. Okay. Fuck the horses. Open the gate, set them free. That's all I got to say about that. Sick and tired of horse references. Oh, here he comes on a fucking Pegasus. Y'all, this be too fucking much. Oh my God. He's got comedy. Okay. Okay. So, Knight of Swords. Raphael. Raphael is all about healing. Healer of humanity, finger of God. The warrior of the intellect. He's a channeler and messenger of the divine source and a master at creative, intuitive thinking. His goal is to integrate his inspired thought into the world of action and matter. He is an intelligent and gifted problem solver who's knowledgeable and able to integrate many ideas at one time. So, I'm wondering if this has to do with you being your own Knight of Swords. Okay. The compass rose, giving direction. I'm wondering, hold that. I'm wondering if there's some sort of secondary thing going on. Lots of M's, lots of M's. Hold on, guys. I feel like I'm missing some sort of message. So, again, reference to the high heart, sunflowers, corn, corn, corn. Um, ooh. Corn maidens, legends of America. After long ages of wandering, the precious seed things rested over the middle at Zuni, and men turned their hearts to the cherishing of their corn and the corn maidens instead of warring with strange men. Okay, hold on. Corn is super important. Wait, something about a white buffalo. Hold on. Corn Maiden was a pretty neat lady who settled down with the tribe in question. Rejected princesses. I don't know. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know what this is. Like providing you the sustenance. This is a sunflower. Their power comes from what is left hidden. That's where they're anchored in the places that are hidden. There's no more chasing. Like, well, maybe I should change the word from chasing to continuance of cycles, cyclical things. That's being changed. Lots of changes going on in these cards. Lots of thunder, I notice. You got a 10 of cups, you have a 6 of swords, 10 of wands. It's like maybe for some of you, your resolve has really, really deepened. You know, your resolve to continue to stay in a more positive place within yourself. Um, it's just, yeah, it's I don't know. Some people are just fucking weird. Let me look in the book. So hold on. 10 of wands. Breaking through karmic blocks. You're feeling overwhelmed, stressed, and challenged with the burdens of life, the heavy weight of responsibilities, endless tasks, and commitments. Commitments bring the realization that you've taken on more than you can handle. So I guess that was a good sense of like becoming more anchored within yourself and your truth and not allowing other people's processes to affect you in a negative way anymore. I think maybe that's a lot of what's been going on is that we've been allowing other people's processes, their own personal journeys into themselves and their realization of themselves. We've been allowing it to cause us to feel as though we're somehow obligated, that we owe them something, that we have to do this. We don't have to do anything for anyone. We choose to. We choose to. Prime example is like when people make some odd ass fucking comments in the comments while you're live. And I mean, this is a general reading. Why would I address a single person, feel obligated to personally address a single person as though I'm giving a personal reading, personal private reading for a single person when there's how many of you that I'm sharing messages with? Like, there's no obligation for anything. There's just not. Just like I'm not obligated to overgive or give something I'm not comfortable giving, you're not obligated to stay here and share sacred space with me. Like, it is an honor for all involved when sacred space is shared, whether it's the host of that space or those who are attending as guests, invited guests, unexpected guests, whatever it is. Um, it's an honor. And the moment someone begins to dishonor the sacred space, it loses its sacredness. So if it's you that's hosting that space, you now have an obligation, not just to yourself, but to the other members who are respectful of the sacredness. You have an obligation to rebalance that. It really, that's your only obligation, to maintain boundaries that prevent the disrespect of sacredness. You have to. It's a show of love, not just for yourself, but for those who you have invited as guests into your heart. It's a very, very sacred thing. So now, I'm wondering if part of what this is you invited someone in some way, shape, or form. You invited a person to share, hold sacred space with you. And one or both, whichever one it is, or maybe it's both of you, your perceptions of how this sacred space um, is maintained, your perception on what's supposed to go on in this sacred space. It's created a lot of disharmonic energy. It's created a lot of disruption, a lot of distorted frequency, all of that. And maybe what this really is an opportunity to correct that imbalance, to correct the distortions. I mean, the meaning is going to be different for everyone. I'm just exploring the different potentials of different layers of the more subtle messages that come through riding on the energy of these cards. Because, a single card, five people will have five different interpretations of that card. When they don't read the book and allow themselves to simply have something outside of them dictate what the message is, all five will have five different views on one single image. One single image. And all are accurate for the individual. There's no one's perception, interpretation of a singular moment. Their perception of that is not more accurate than your perception of it, being that you're balanced. If you're not balanced, it's not gonna work right. It's not. It's just not. It's gonna continue to be seen in a crooked way. Because if you're unbalanced, it's crookedness, right? Okay. So the Ten of Wands indicates a state of oppression, challenging you to transcend your present situation. Yup. Um The key to Ten of Wands is recognizing oppressive and non-productive habits and patterns, shifting them and transforming them into new insights and empowerment. The gift of the Ten of Wands is breaking karmic blocks, reclaiming and balancing your life force, expanding it into a world of action. Well, there you go. That's basically what we were talking about, right? Where you're allowing your refusal to continue participating in the same old cycles. Okay, so if it is a true if it's a true twin flame, twin ray connection, there's a very high likelihood that you're both having the same perceptions regarding specific events, but opposing sides. Like, I can't believe you hurt me. I can't believe you hurt me. I can't believe you did that. I can't believe you did that. You know what I mean? And it's like, you think what you did, there was nothing wrong with that. It's them. And they probably think that too. They probably think that too. They probably have their own reasoning as to why your behaviors were so um, destructive and hurtful towards them. And nothing's going to change if one of you does not take that place of leadership where you will decide for yourself. You know what? I need to look at my part in things and really see exactly what it was that I did. Um, who's who's going to change? Um, who's going to change what's going on? If it's been continuing this whole time, and you're both um, unwilling or unaware of the ways in which your attempt at self-preservation hurt someone else, how does that circumstance change? It doesn't. It remains the same. It continues to be hurtful, continues to be harmful, and continues to carry with it the unrealized potential of amplified growth. Really, pain and struggle and challenge is probably the most powerful way to grow yourself. Not looking for it, but when it's delivered to your door, recognizing it for what it is, opportunity to grow. And some people might be like, "Oh, so now you're gonna use people to grow yourself?" Um, this message probably isn't for you. You haven't quite grasped what I'm talking about. It's probably not for you. This is about a level of growth where you can take ownership of yourself, your decisions, your actions, your avoidance, um, taking ownership of all of that and allowing yourself to really see the after effects of the decisions you've made for yourself. Because decisions that you make for yourself greatly affect other people. It greatly affects other people. Case in point, body dysmorphia. Okay. Um, I feel like I'm really, really overweight. I'm just going to go ahead and stop eating so that way I can get back down to an acceptable weight. Um, you don't think that affects your family when they see you starving? They see you whittling away? That's a decision you're making for yourself, strictly for yourself, and it shouldn't affect anyone else, but it absolutely does. It absolutely does. And this is not about shaming someone who's struggling with body image or eating disorders or any of that. This is about recognizing every decision that you make for strictly yourself. It affects other people. Whether you want to recognize this or not, it affects other people. You are responsible for the effect on someone else. So simply take ownership of it. No one's asking you to be perfect. The people who use this concept to kind of shame you into recognizing how imperfect you are, those people are assholes. Oh, did I speak too much truth? They're assholes. Never listen to an asshole because the only thing that comes out of an asshole is shit. Oh my God. Tell me where I lied. Tell me where I lied. I mean, does something else come out of the butt? No, just everything that was rejected. So why would you take that in? If someone consistently shows you they are full of assholery, their function in life is to serve as an asshole. The only things that will come out of an asshole's mouth is a shit. I'm just saying it's a little bit vulgar. It's a little bit too much, but it is what it is. It is what it is. All right. Okay, I'm not even gonna look in the book. 10 of Cups, happiness, happiness, all the ways in which you've allowed yourself to become depleted by fractionating yourself so that you can give more of yourself to other people. See, here's the thing with empaths and Pisceans. It's not enough that you give energy and attention to someone. You go above and beyond by trying to make sure they have it in the most perfect holding thing, a vessel. Like, okay, you like purple. I'm gonna need to find a purple vessel. We're gonna need to adorn it with these types of crystals because these crystals will help you with your energy. And you, I think you're more of a green. We're gonna use green sea glass because you, yeah, like just they already take your energy. Stop, stop. Let them figure out their own container. I'm so guilty of this. Now it's time for you to just do this shit for yourself, okay? Grab a cup for each one of your personalities. And I'm not saying this in a derogatory way. I'm saying grab a cup for each one of your personalities so y'all can all toast each other. Just salute, okay? Toast each other, celebrate all these different aspects of yourself. You're such a fucking complete person. You are such a complete person, but the problem is that you've been allowing people to shame you into hiding away all your other parts. That makes me sad. That makes me very, very sad. It's like this concept of mm, like maybe I don't know who my counterpart is. Maybe the people who find me at specific times, specific cycles that I'm running through my life. Maybe those people resonate as a twin type energy for that small aspect of myself. And maybe there is no greater like twin ray pair. Maybe it's just a need for me to collect all my pieces from all of these reflective souls so that I can recognize my totality in an even more profound manner. Maybe that's what's coming back. Maybe that's what the potent energy is that's coming back to me now, that's coming back to you now. Maybe it's just time for us to recognize all these people who have crossed our paths. Um, they held a piece of us for us. They held it within them for us for so long until our paths crossed. And maybe that's why we cross paths with so many people. Maybe that's why our shields are so porous. Because empaths, that's your problem. That's your struggle. And Pisceans too. The porosity of your auric shield, it's too large. It's too porous. It allows other people's experiences in. And maybe that's what needed to happen so that you could collect the parts of you that person was holding. And once you've already collected these parts, maybe it's time for you to begin recognizing you can shrink those pores. You can make yourself less porous, and it will lead to less struggle within your journey. So, the auric shield, the outside of the auric shield contains apartheid filters. The apartheid filters are what greatly determines the level of perceived separation you will experience in this life. These are the very filters that make possible a sense of individuated existence. We really all just come from one energy. But here's the thing, the reason that concept of we come from one source, I am you, you are me, it's such a bastardized teaching because if creation really, really wanted that, we wouldn't have had this opportunity to live in an individuated way. You still need to be the individual. This recognition of a totality from which you are a part of, everyone is a part of. Um, yeah, we need to recognize that, but we also need to recognize I'm also not you. You also are not me. I have my own journey with my own feet, and I have my own compass rose. And the more you allow that rose to blossom, the more directions it can guide you towards. But going back to society, um, society only cherishes that which is too young to understand the greatness of what it is. We covet things that are closed off. What's more valuable, a fully bloomed rose or the rosebud, tight rosebud? We allow ourselves to be so manipulated by societal norms. Um, I'm blessed with alopecia. I'm practically hairless everywhere, except for my head and my brows. Um, and I was thinking years ago, why do we have to shave our legs and armpits? Like, what the fuck is that about? When did that become the norm? Because women are supposed to have hair just like men. And what is that? It's forcing you to try and emulate a prepubescent body. I had like, I was talking to one of my Facebook friends years ago, and she's over here bragging about her shit's hairless. I'm like, girl, my shit's bushy. I'm a grown ass fucking woman. It's bushy. It's bushy. 100% at 11:11. That's TMI, isn't it? TMI? TMI? Here's the thing. Like, why do we keep trying to play a role for other people? Why? Like, I should be ashamed that I have mature breasts of a mature woman. Like, I need to covet perky breasts of like what when I was 12? Are you kidding me? I'm not a 12-year-old. This playing the role for other things for like y'all, this is some fucked up shit. It's just some fucked up shit. We live in such a distorted world, and you're allowing this world that runs off distortions to dictate to you what you find desirable. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. Like, I see my husband and he's growing white hairs. I'm like, that's fucking sexy. Like, I've known you since your hair was platinum blonde. That was sexy too. But like, I like what I'm seeing now. I'm seeing that well-aged shit. I like it. I do. I do. Let me stop. Let me just stop. Six of Swords. Here we go. Okay. Inspiration, transition, and transformation. That's what this card is about. Ooh, orcas. Orcas. Ooh. Orcas. That says a lot. That says a lot. Orcas are like the badasses of the ocean. I don't know if you've ever seen the videos of them teaching their young how to hunt seals, and they were just tossing this live seal in the air. They didn't kill it right away. Um, we have this like visual of like Free Willy. Um, that's an orca with a broken spirit, you know? It's so depressed, its fin drooped. It fell over. It had that fin droop. And we can't compare ourselves or allow that visual to be what defines an orca for us. An orca is the top of the food chain. I don't know what the fuck would eat an orca. I think they just die of natural causes or some shit. Because I really don't know anything in the ocean that would be able to do that, especially when they're in a pod. Pretty sure they'd fuck shit up. I'm pretty sure. Embody your inner orca. You're not just a big fish. You're not just a big fish. The reason orcas are so fucking badass to me, they have such an elevated intelligence. You pair that intelligence with a loyalty to your family. Whoo! What the fuck? Yeah. Yeah. So, what is the definition of family? For many of us, this definition stops at a biological connection, the sharing of genetic material. Ah, I don't know. I don't know. I think family needs the definition of family needs to be expanded, far, far expanded into this concept of those who share the level of loyalty that you have, the kind of loyalty you deserve. Like, I say sometimes that I have a very, 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 very small uh, group of friends. Like, um, and then to me, it feels like a lie when I say that because they're not my friends. This is my family. Is my family. They're part of my family, and being able to exist in that way where you can make yourself vulnerable enough or allow yourself to be vulnerable enough to see the people who exist as family for you. That's so powerful. That is so powerful. Now is the time to let go of our preconceived notions of what certain connections are. Now is the time to allow ourselves to shift, like really just shift what we think things mean. Shift your definition and your expected experience when it comes to the word twin, twin flame, twin ray, whatever it is. Um, Shift your perception and what you allow yourself to experience when it comes to the concept of friends, when it comes to the concept of family, soul family, all of these things. So many of us think that just because someone's nice to us, they're our friend. That's the biggest lie. Where if you're nice to me, if you reflect to me the type of niceness that I reflect to you, because I am a nice person, then somehow you're now my friend, you're my bestie. And that's just not true. Begin learning the difference between the definition of friend, a genuine friend, and someone who is an acquaintance. A lot of the pain that you will experience as an empath and a Piscean is highly contingent on that. That alone, it is highly contingent. And I say this because the moment a Piscean or an empath considers you a friend or family, they would die for you. Like literally. There's nothing they wouldn't do for you. There's nothing they wouldn't go without just to make sure that you have. Not everyone's worthy of that. That's just the harsh reality of life. And people can be like, oh my God, that's so mean. I'm not sorry that I understand my worth now. I am not sorry that I understand the way I love, the kind of friendship that I offer. Not many people are worthy of that. And it's okay. It doesn't make you less than me. It just helps me to recognize how much I should actually allow myself to die for you. Not everyone is worth dying for. Unfortunately, I'm not sorry for saying that truth. If you believe that, where it's like, no, oh my God, everyone, I need you to prove to me how you have gone without for children in third world countries who are being oppressed, abused, food and clean water being withheld, access to medical care being, get off your fucking high horse. If that's who you're going to be, you better really, really be that. Or else you're just a faker and a liar. I can't exist like that anymore. I refuse. I can't exist in a way that punishes me for being a loving, generous, patient, kind person. I can't be apologetic anymore for recognizing I am powerful. I'm not going to be sorry. I'm just not. I'm not. I'm going to continue to just shine my most authentic expression of my most authentic truth. And the truth is, I've spent my entire life learning the difference between an acquaintance and a friend, between family and family, between all sorts of things that are juxtaposed. And I'm done with spirituality serving the same purpose as religion to shame you into submission, to make it easier for those who are elevated, the gurus, the teachers. Yeah, to make it easier for them to control you. Ain't that some shit? Emmy, why do you think you're powerful? I don't think I am. I know I am. And I know this because I'm no longer willing to stay quiet. I'm no longer willing to conform. And I give zero shits what happens because of it. I mean, get to a point where you're so comfortable with yourself and your journey that you no longer have to be sorry for your recognizing of your own truth. And if you don't know what I mean by this, I used to have to be apologetic for recognizing I can fucking take you on. I can take you on. You don't scare me. Oh, you trying to bully me? Motherfucker, I'm a bully too. Let's go. I used to have to be sorry for having that kind of energy. Why? Am I initiating the bullying? Or am I simply reflecting back to you the same fucking energy you're approaching me with? Hmm? Yeah, no. Just because I'm capable of that doesn't make me a bad person. It makes me powerful. How powerful do you have to be able to be capable of that and still choose to be soft? Let's redefine power. Let's redefine that. Power is not just a brute show of strength, of ability to dominate. Power, the truth of it, is a recognition you have that capability. But I'd rather be vulnerable right now. I'd rather just really experience full immersion into my feelings, into my depths, really just being fully present. I'm not scared of you destroying me just because you see places that are deemed weak. Uh-uh. Mm-mm. I'm actually at my most powerful when I'm very vulnerable because it's in that moment that when people try and destroy you, you're already ready for that type of reaction. And all they're doing is ramming into the walls that you created years ago and demolishing those. Thank you for your contribution to my freedom. Thank you. That was lovely. That was lovely. So that's all you have to do. Allow people to serve their purpose in your life. I'm not talking about using people. I'm talking about allowing people to be who they are for you. Whether it's someone who's simply um, providing you with a challenge, you know, they're the one that your soul brought to help challenge you to reach higher levels of growth. Or maybe there's someone who's going to help you learn more of your softness. You really don't know what a person's role in your life is until they've played the role already, until they're well into that role they're playing for you. Don't be scared of what other people can do to you. They can't do anything without your permission. They might be able to harm your physical, but they can never break your soul, not without your permission. They can't. And I know this from experience. I absolutely know this from experience. You could do whatever to me, the human being, but I'm more than just that. I'm more than just that. And the thing that exists within the human body, the thing behind the human eyes, it's something so profound. You could never undo whatever it sets its heart on doing. Never. You don't have that type of authority. You don't have that type of power. So now you can just exist when you get to that point where you recognize that, you can just exist. You can just let your soul bring to you the very people, the connections, the circumstance, experiences that you need to further ripen your inner under and overstanding of yourself and your soul. Life is about a process of ripening. So allow yourself to ripen. I don't know if I'm going to kick myself in the butt, but Michael says pull 2 more Lemurian cards. Thank you, Bradley. How's your mom? She just popped in my head. Is that a weird question? I'm sorry. You don't have to answer questions about your mom on a public. It was just like a warmth in my chest. It wasn't a bad feeling. Right. Here goes. Ooh. This is really intense energy. The violet flame is coming home to you. The violet flame and home. Let's see what the book says about the violet flame. Mm, that's deep. Okay, 52. 52 is a number of completion. 5 being change, leading to direction. 2. 5 plus 2 is 7, which is divine completion. The violet flame, your psychic toolkit, recentering practices, deepening your energetic awareness, clearing your aura, healthy energetic boundaries, protection, removing trauma from your field, rebalancing after times of raised frequency. As we deepen our spiritual path, step out of illusory constructions and become self realized, empowered beings. Life may present us with more opportunities to grow than before. When we explore our innate healing ability, we may experience our expanding consciousness as deeply blissful and illuminating. Our glimpses of higher awareness can be followed by periods of intensity as we return to normal. These uncomfortable experiences are shadow elements unaligned with a higher vibration, dropping away so we can maintain our new frequency. You know, um, I'm going to have to throw away this book. I feel like all of that is bullshit. And that's just my personal perception. Um, I feel all of that is bullshit. Um, Personally, we're not allowing things that are unaligned to drop away in order to maintain the new frequency. What we're dropping away are the things that we once believed about ourselves, about our connections, so that we can continue our natural process of rising. Ascension takes zero effort. Zero effort. It takes no effort at all. And this like really contorted ah, it's a contortion of the truth of how these spiritual processes occur. Do you have to put any effort into life traumatizing you? No, it just fucking happens. It's like you have to put effort into recognizing and allowing. No, you either will or you won't. You either will or you won't. And if you won't, then life will find another way to initiate a trauma induced secretion. Higher and higher and higher until it's enough to trigger this process within you. The amount of trauma you experience will become more and more and more elevated until it can trigger this. Let us please stop believing all of these distorted, convoluted, fucking upside down ass teachings of I must rise to a higher vibration. Kalantic science, Kathara, the laws of oscillation. The higher the vibration, the inverse occurs for the frequency. It lowers the frequency while it raises the vibration. That high vibration equals lower frequency, which affects the spin of your particles. You don't want to become magnetic. High vibration causes you to become magnetic. What do magnets do? Bring things to you. Just like that, you are creating density. The higher your vibration, the lower your dimensional level of frequency. Consciousness is based in dimensional levels of frequency. The lower your dimensional level of frequency, the lower your level of dimensional consciousness. The less you will understand how to live in the most authentic way and have no ego imbalance. It's just one of those things. I'm high frequency. I will never, ever, ever support or encourage a high vibe culture. That is the same culture that seeks to cancel people who do not exist within their preconceived norms. What does religion do? Excommunicate those who do not exist in their preconceived norms. That's fine with me. Excommunicate my fucking ass because I will never, ever, 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 ever fucking submit. Ever. You could whip me too. No, don't whip me. I'll fucking fight back. So the violet flame. I don't know if I'm going to use this deck again, or maybe I just won't read from the book. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. So looking at this card, there's so many eyes watching. So many, so many, so many eyes watching you in your process, watching you as you learn about yourself, all of these things. Allow them to watch. It should not bother you any. It shouldn't. Don't let it. Looking at the other cards that I've pulled just to see if there's something that I missed. Um, mhm. Let's see. All right, I think I'll pull the final card then. Evolution. There's a hole in the bucket. Dear Eliza, there's a hole in the bucket. Dear Eliza. Okay, where are my cards? Here it is. Here it is. Yeah, I'm sorry for that rant. Oh my gosh. Sorry for that rant. Had to be said, at least for me. It had to be said, okay? Okay. There's a hole in the bucket. Here goes. I just wanna swing from the chandelier, from the chandelier. I wanna live like tomorrow doesn't exist. Card number 16, from nothing to everything. Oh, my friend, if you are longing to be written on, become a blank page. It's this thing of really letting go of this collection, this lifelong collection of other people's words. If you want to become a work of art, you have to clear all your pages and allow the pen of the artist, the paintbrush of the artist, to begin forming you into what beautiful expression of truth it's going to form you into. Had I not allowed myself to become emptied of these preconceived notions of who I should be, when I should be it, how I should be it, to what degree I will be it, I will not be sitting here in front of you right now. If I allowed my life, my culture, my programming to get to the core of who I believe myself to be, I hate to say this, but I recognized it just yesterday. My original path was going to take me into the surgical field. The original intent was to become a cardiothoracic surgeon, heavier emphasis on the cardio portion, and having a secondary specialty in neurology. Um, all the experiences I've had with those specific types of specialties, I'd be devoid of emotion. You would be a file, not a human being. This is how doctors are typically trained. You are trained to not take in the emotional burden of the patient. This is a patient which is separated from the human being. This is part of the reason why I couldn't continue. I can handle the workload. I can handle the learning. I can devote my entire life to learning. That's my shit right there. But I could never be okay with separating the human from the patient. I had to honor my truth regardless of the shit that I caught for that. I come from a culture where the job that I do right now, which my culture is very similar to quite a few other cultures. The job I have right now is not a real job. It's a bullshit type of job, and there's no value to it. How valuable to you personally have been the things that I've shared about myself, my life, my opinions? How much value did you find in that? Whether you've had a private session or you simply join my videos. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I still don't quite know the value of what it is I share, but it's not for me to tell you you cannot value it in the whatever way you do. And none of this would have been able to happen had I not found the courage within myself to allow people to be who they are. And that's the very first step. Me being able to allow someone else to be who they are. If you are a judgmental, very condescending motherfucker, I'm gonna let you just be that. You were gonna think shit about me anyways. Let me just let you think that. Got nothing to do with me. Maybe this person in your life is feeling very, very low and they need to point out all the ways in which you are less than them in their eyes. When in reality, unless you're seeing life from their eyes, it don't mean shit. It really doesn't. It really, really doesn't. I'm being reminded of a time when someone was like they needed to tell me something. At which point they let me know that they think I'm a bitch. And I was like, "Oh, so you see that I can fucking stick up for myself now. Thanks. Thanks." Yeah, I used to have a problem with that. I used to be worried that people like you would think that I'm a bitch and I'd let them be, very hurtful towards me and I just take it quietly. Thanks. Thanks for seeing my growth. Thank you. That means a lot. And then they didn't know what to say because it's the truth. Thank you. Thank you for seeing how much I've grown. Thank you for seeing that now I'm no longer afraid of what you think of me. So I'm gonna put you back in your place if you're acting out of fucking line within my auric kingdom. You need to fucking leave. You got your own place to do that shit at. Not here. Not in front of me. Not here. Do that in your own place, at your own home. You can talk shit there. No one will bother you there. And just let them go. Go. To the left, to the left. Everything you own in a box on the left. If I bought it, that's my stuff. Sorry. All right. Have you been shedding your skins, your layers, your certainties? Gone are fixed identities and definite opinions. Keep casting those shackles aside, even if you fear you are releasing too much, and then perhaps you shall cease to exist. You shall only cease to exist as you have known yourself to be thus far. Another emanation of you awaits, something more beautiful and true. Yet here you are at the pruning stage, like a gardener for the soul. Shall the garden spring back to life, or will the enthusiastic denuding process be rather too much and unintentionally kill off the garden altogether? Fear not, your soul is made of hardy stuff. It can handle a lot of culling and will shine even brighter for it. There is a greater story to be impressed upon your essence than the one you are currently dreaming up. Though you are brilliant, no doubt about it, there's one who's even more so. The imagination of this great writer is beyond your comprehension. The stories that pour forth from that cosmic poet in every moment are so rich they inspire the creation of art and music. One such story especially created for you. Yes, you. With a starring role in all the best supporting cast. You shall gasp in wonder, awe, glee, and delight when you hear it. It's a great romance, a great adventure, with an ending truly spectacular and divine. Would you wish to hear it? Become attentive now. Put your own tales aside, as dramatic as they may seem right now, and prepare to be entranced by the greater storyteller, the living poet of love, as you are entranced in a tale of your unfolding divine destiny. This is really about allowing for your unfoldment. It is. The more people you allow to fold you up, the more creases you will have, the less they'll see the value in you. If you've ever gone and either created or created or bought origami, you know you don't want creases in that. Once you crease paper, it's forever creased. It will forever remain. What many people don't understand is in order to create the most intricately beautiful origami, um, you have to crease the paper so much in order for it to take the form that it's going to take. You have to continue creasing it in specific ways so that it can create a sense of give, a flexibility to that region that's necessary for it to take the form that it needs. Only those who have not mastered in origami or really in anything in life, these are the ones who seek the aesthetics of perfection. They don't care about the value within. They just want to see what's outside. They just want something visually pleasing. You're so much more than a cardboard because that's what they want. They want a pretty little cutout of what they perceive to be beautiful. You're not cardboard. You have tons of flavor. Okay. You have flavor. You have dynamic energy. You have the ability to become whatever it is you choose to become. Whatever that is, elevate it. Elevate it. Allow yourself to reach higher levels of it. I once was asked, because my children are so fucking ridiculously smart. One of my kids, I've shared before, at around 3 years old, he was invited by Stanford University to become a student. We didn't apply. They reached out to us. We didn't apply for Mensa. Mensa reached out to us. Stop. Unless he says yes, no, he's not going to be part of either one. And he didn't want to. So I was like, okay. And my sister in law at the time, she was like, he's so smart. I was like, yeah, he is. And she says to me, what if he just wants to be a hot dog vendor? Serious question from her. I said, well, he's going to be the most intelligent hot dog vendor his customers will ever come across. And she was like, oh my God. And I was like, what? You're really serious? I'm like, yeah. It's more important for me that he grows into a whole person than simply be a human being being forced to achieve things. For what? So other people can applaud me for being his mother? It's already an honor being his mother without anyone recognizing how capable he is. Whatever he wants to be, that's what he's going to be. And I'm not going to shape that. I'm not going to groom that. I'm going to encourage him to explore all his depths and provide him with the experiences, connections, and materials to properly explore every component he wants to explore. And I will celebrate the person he is, the person he's going to be, and the person he becomes, no matter what it is. No matter what it is. And you need to begin being that parent for yourself, where you can celebrate yourself. You can take ownership of every single part of your human history. Take ownership of it, have no shame in it. Oh my God, but what about the people who blah, 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 blah? Okay. Well, what about them? What do they have to do with you? You know, I've met the most beautifully powerful and intelligent women, and society would tell us they're worthless because of their chosen career at that time. Talking about strippers, talking about prostitutes. How are they diminished? I mean, I would never do any of that sex work for myself. That's just not my thing. Um, but I'm a different person. Just like I could never expect them to be on live stream doing readings and talking shit to people. That's not their thing. But that doesn't diminish either of our value. Just because we're placed on different regions of that polar plane, it doesn't mean shit. I see the value in you. You see the value in me. We are equals, experiencing different aspects of this earthly plane. What is it that you've been taught that caused you to believe you're somehow less than someone else? That unless you achieve this, this, or this, you're less than someone else. Who taught you that? And I promise you, I'm pretty sure the person who taught you that and really caused you to believe it is a broken as fuck person who's so unhappy with their lives. They're trying to teach you this because it's their hope that you avoid their suffering and struggle. I'm sorry. The reason you're suffering and struggling is you continue to live within a box that you outgrew the moment you were born. So, the mindsets that allow for the continuation of the existence of boxes is the very reason you struggle. That is the very reason that you are struggling, that you are hurting, that you are hating the beautiful soul that you are, that you've always been. And I know this because I was this. I'm still in the process of coming out of this programming where I can finally just be okay with the fact that I am who I am. I don't need to be, say, or do something else. I am who I am, and I will continue to go ahead and shift and grow and, all of this and all of that. Um, I'm sorry, but hookers and prostitutes do not help society. They break apart homes. You can't break apart a home that's already broken, honey. You really, really can't. My husband is an extremely attractive man. He is an extremely attractive man. He's extremely intelligent. He has a huge amount of charisma. Like, women are drawn to him all the fucking time. Do I need to be afraid? No, our home is not broken. We work together to continue to maintain it. What's disgusting is the mindset that other people are responsible for your home, the maintenance of your home. It's not their fault. Because, like I said, my husband is ridiculously fucking attractive. And it really doesn't matter who comes up to him. He's not interested. He's just ready to come back home and be with me. And if at some point, that's not what he wants anymore, I'm not going to hold on to him and force him to stay because I own him. No, no. The home is maintained by all involved. And you can't blame an interloper when the gate was left wide open. That's just the fact. That's just a fact. And it's more than just hookers and prostitutes that sell sex. We are sold sex by Disney. Our children are over sexualized. Society sells us sex all the time, everywhere you fucking look. Society is using sex to sell things. You can't tell me that I'm wrong on that. You really, really can't. And the moment these sexualized parts of me are used in the way they were designed to be used, AKA breastfeeding, my sister mothers are being shamed for this. Is that very logic of attacking another goddess woman who is attempting to survive this patriarchal environment that has caused women to attack each other and further empower that toxic masculinity? I'm not participating in that shit. Just like I'm not participating in toxic femininity. We are all responsible for the decisions we make that get us into the fucked up circumstance that we're living in. It's no one else's fault. It's our own. It is our own. And I'm not going to sit here and let someone shit on other women who are doing their job. Hey, maybe you shouldn't call someone your husband if this is what they're interested in. Maybe that's a conversation that needs to take place within the home. You can't break an already broken home. Like I said, my husband is damn fine. Okay? He's damn fine. And it really don't matter who comes up to him. That's something he will choose. And if he chooses that is something he wants, that's his choice. Now, I'm not trying to encourage people to live any way. I'm responding, reacting to that shit. Yeah. I don't know. I think the most disgusting human is the one that puts their own shit on other people. I think that one's more disgusting than someone who's trying to earn a living wage. Yeah. You know, and just because I probably never be okay with having sex work as my job, uh, it doesn't mean that I need to attack other people who choose to make it their job. No, that's not the person that I am, and I never will be. So if you think you can come on my live stream, my sacred space, and spew your toxicity without me becoming reactive, uh, you must not know me that well. You must not know me that well. So now that I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead and get going. Absolutely. We all have value regardless of what we choose for our career. We all have value. We all have value. Okay. It doesn't matter if you are a surgeon or not. We all have value. It doesn't matter if you work or not. We all have value. That concept of your value is tied to what society dictates is the very reason so many souls suffer. Participation in that mindset. Thank you, Aurora. You are part of the problem. It's not someone else that's the problem. Rectify your perception. Allow yourself to become empowered by your recognitions of what you participate in. It's not cool. It's not okay. Your problems are your own, no one else's. Take ownership of your decisions and recognize what you perceive to be problems might be blessings in disguise. They might be opportunities to let go of toxicity. But again, no, that's my husband. That's mine. No, no. When I say my husband, that's to reference an individual. I have no ownership over him. To own him is to stop loving him. I don't love in that way. I don't love complete strangers in that way either. By virtue of your existence, and I believe this wholeheartedly, by virtue of your existence, you're worthy of love. It's not something you have to earn. That's something that is your birthright. You are worthy of love. And the people who continue to shit on you because they haven't quite grasped love, omni-love, um, leave them to their own devices. They're just miserable. They're miserable people. Misery loves company. I'm sorry. I'm fucking busy right now. I can't join you there. I'm busy right now. I'm busy growing myself and cultivating a deeper understanding of myself and my soul. Um, and I will tell you guys this final thing to share. Even if I have lived as a sex worker, which I haven't, even if I have, even if I worked as a stripper in order to get enough money to start my own business, even if I worked and lived in a brothel, that would never diminish me. I would still contain all of my value. I would still have the purpose that I have, and it wouldn't diminish me in any way, shape, or form. For all you know, I'm a sex worker right now. And what? Did that suddenly taint all the messages that I've put into all these videos? Hundreds and hundreds of videos is suddenly irrelevant? My husband's probably like, don't be saying that shit because people will think you're a sex worker. People will think whatever the fuck they want to think. I'm an elephant wrangler. Who fucking knows? What am I? Whatever that is. Does it diminish the message? Does it take away from the potency of the resonance of truth? No, it doesn't. And FYI, Jesus was a terrorist of his time. Let that shit sink in. All right. Thank you guys. Thank you, Matthew Evolution. Thank you, Yami. I got to get going. I love you guys. Bye.